So good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to another album review of The Shield Dude on a Couch. I'm your host Hector, and today we're going to talk about the brand new album by the band Evile, and it's called The Unknown. And Evile is a band from the UK that they put out a few albums at the beginning of the 2007, 2010, and 2013, and then they had I think their bass player died, and there was a long gap between albums, and the band seemed like it wasn't gonna come back. But in 2021, they released an album, and now they're back with a follow-up to that album. So it's 10 tracks, 47 minutes in left. So it's a thrash metal album. And something I can say about this album is that I heard different bands in different songs, and it's a solid album, but I will talk more about that as the video goes. So yeah, the track starts with The Unknown, which is the title track of the album, and that track starts like more slower, and it really reminds me of Machine Head, but so it almost sounds like Rob Flynn is singing that song. And it's an okay track. I think it starts the album a little bit too slow for me. I don't know, thrash metal, sometimes I think it has to start fast from the gate and have like a slower song more in the middle. So it's a mid-paced song, and this is an album that has a lot of mid-paced songs, a few faster ones, but it doesn't have like a Slayer-esque type of song that's like, so fast that you're like, whoa. But other songs, to me, this album sounds a lot like, in the singing style, I heard a lot of John Bush from bands like Anthrax. I heard some Testament on some of the songs, and a little bit of old school Metallica. And that's not a bad thing, but sometimes I wish I want to hear more of Evile. What are you bringing new to the table? Because it does sound good, but it sounds like a lot of like they're paying homage to a lot of bands, and kind of like I want to know, what is your sound? Yes, sometimes thrash metal can be very limiting, but some of the tracks sound so alike. Like for example, The Mask We Wear, it really sounds a lot like a Testament song, especially on the gang vocals, and also a song like Reap What You Sow. That one really sounds like, when I was listening to that song, I don't know why, I was listening to the song and I thought of that Testament song, Practice What You Preach. Reap What You Sow, Practice What You Preach. I don't know, it sounds very similar. Obviously it's not the same, but parts of the tracks, like even the structure of the song sounded a little bit similar to me. Then you have like slower tracks, like When Mortal Coils Shed, and that one really sounds like a Black Album style Metallica song. It's really more slower based, but some good guitars on it. And I think my favorite songs on the album are songs like Monolith. That was really fast paced, and I like when they go like Monolith. It's pretty standard. They follow a formula of the chorus and the chanting to a T. The last songs, Beginning of the End and Balance of Time, they're okay tracks. They're not as memorable as others on the album. So yeah, in conclusion, you have 10 tracks. It's not a bad album, but it's also not very memorable to me. I just listen to a lot of bands, and I would love the band to bring something new to the table, because it sounds like they're paying, like I said before, like a homage to all those bands, but it lacks a little bit of originality for me. And that's why I can say it's a middle of the road album. It's not bad, it's not great, but it is worth your time. If you like thrash metal, I think you will enjoy this. But I think the band need to push themselves out of their comfort zone and try different things. Also, the solos here are they have solos on the album, but they're not as, I can't remember them as much as, when you listen to a thrash metal album, you're like, whoa, that song has some great soloing on it. To me, they were like, yeah, they were okay. So yeah, in conclusion, The Unknown by Evile, it's an album that's middle of the road for me. I think that if the band experiments a little bit more, they can be better because they are talented musicians. But this album just kind of like didn't do it for me that much. So, what do you think of Evile-The Unknown? Does it deliver for you? What are your favorite tracks? Comment. I would really want to know. And if you like the videos that I'm putting out, do not forget to give me a like and do not forget to subscribe. I have more content on the way. So until next time, this is Hector, the Shield on a couch, and I'll see you right here on the couch. Thank you and good night.